Two people start their careers at the same company, same salary, same city, same student loans, same starting line. At 23, the first one opens a basic investment account and puts in $200 a month. She doesn't think about it much. She doesn't time the market. She doesn't read financial news. She just sets it, ignores it, and goes about her life. The second one waits. He tells himself he'll start when he earns more, when the debt is gone, when things settle down, when the timing feels right. The timing never feels right. At 65, the first person has approximately $1 million in that account from $200 a month and nothing else. The second person has roughly $160,000 from the same contributions, started 15 years later. Same amount of money invested, same market returns, an $800,000 gap, not from income, not from intelligence, not from luck or inheritance or a single brilliant financial decision, from one habit, started early and never stopped. That's what this video is about. Not a trick, not a system, not a course that costs $400 and promises to change your life. One habit, the most boring, unsexy, counterintuitive habit in personal finance, and why it separates the people who build wealth from everyone else who always plan to start next year. The habit is not saving. Let's get that out of the way immediately, because saving and what we're actually talking about are not the same thing, and that distinction is responsible for more financial stagnation than almost anything else. Saving means putting money somewhere safe, a bank account, a high-yield savings account, under the mattress. If you're committed to the aesthetic, saving preserves money. It does not grow it. And in an environment where inflation runs consistently above 2% annually, money that is merely saved is quietly losing purchasing power every single year. The habit that changes everything is not saving. It is investing automatically, consistently, before your brain has the opportunity to find a better use for the money. The technical term is automated investing. The behavioral term is paying yourself first. The honest term is removing the decision entirely, because the decision is where most people quietly fail. Here is the psychology that the financial industry rarely explains clearly. Every month, money arrives in your account, and every month, your brain, which evolved for immediate survival, not long-term wealth accumulation, generates an enormous list of things that feel more urgent than investing. The car needs something. The credit card balance is uncomfortable. There's a trip coming up. The apartment could use that thing. The month is expensive for reasons that seem specific and temporary, but somehow recur every single month without exception. And so investing becomes the thing that happens with whatever is left at the end. There is almost never anything left at the end. This is not a discipline failure. This is neuroscience. The human brain systematically overweights immediate costs and underweights future benefits, a cognitive pattern called hyperbolic discounting that behavioral economists have documented extensively. You are not bad with money. Your brain is running outdated software for the financial environment you actually live in. Automated investing is the patch. When you set a fixed amount to transfer automatically on the day after your paycheck arrives, before you see it, before you touch it, before your brain adds it to the available balance it's already mentally spending, the decision is removed from the equation entirely. You don't choose to invest that month. It already happened. The choice was made once at setup, and it executes silently and permanently in the background of your financial life. Now here is the math that should make this feel genuinely urgent rather than abstractly sensible. The example at the opening of this video was not hypothetical. It was a straight compound interest calculation. $200 per month at a 7% average annual return. The rough long-term historical average of a broad market index fund. Started at 23, stopped at 65, approximately $1 million. Started at 38, stopped at 65, approximately $160,000. The 15-year delay cost $840,000. Not because the person who waited invested less, they invested the same total amount over fewer years, but because compound interest is not linear, it is exponential. The early years don't just grow, they grow the base that everything else grows on. Each year of delay doesn't subtract a fixed amount from the outcome. It removes an entire layer of compounding that never gets replaced. Einstein may or may not have called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, but whoever said it understood something that most people only grasp too late. That time is the most valuable variable in the equation, and it is the only one you cannot buy back. Here is where the conventional personal finance conversation goes wrong, and why most people tune it out. The advice is usually delivered as a moral argument. Save more, spend less, be disciplined, make sacrifices. The framing implies that the person who isn't investing is failing, making bad choices, lacking willpower, losing a character contest against their more financially virtuous peers. That framing is both inaccurate and counterproductive. The research on financial behavior consistently shows that willpower is not the constraint. Decision fatigue is. People make thousands of financial micro-decisions every month, and the quality of those decisions degrades as cognitive load increases. Automated investing removes the habit from the willpower system entirely. It is not a test of discipline. It is the elimination of the test. The money moves before the temptation exists. This is why high-income people without automated systems consistently underinvest, while modest-income people with automated contributions consistently build meaningful wealth over time. It is not about how much you earn. It is about whether the system works with your psychology or against it. The final piece of this that nobody talks about is what the habit actually does beyond the account balance. When investing is automated and consistent, something shifts in how you relate to money broadly. You stop thinking about wealth as something that requires a perfect moment, a raise, a windfall, a debt-free balance sheet, a feeling of readiness that somehow never arrives. You start experiencing your financial life as something that is moving in a direction, slowly and quietly, and without requiring your constant attention. That shift from waiting to moving changes every other financial decision downstream. People who invest consistently make different choices about debt, about spending, about risk, about opportunity, not because they read more, because they stopped waiting for the conditions to be right and built a system that runs regardless. Here is the thought that lingers. The most powerful financial habit in existence is not complicated. It does not require expertise, market knowledge, or a large income. It requires one decision, made once, automated immediately, and then, and this is the hardest part for a culture obsessed with optimization and control, left alone. The question is not whether you understand this.
The question is why. So many people are still waiting for next month.
So many people are still waiting for next month to be the one where they finally start. If this reframed something simple that you've been overcomplicating, share it with someone who keeps saying they'll start investing when the time is right. And if you want to understand the other financial mechanics quietly shaping your future right now, the next video is already waiting for you.